Hello and welcome again to another video. And in today's video I have an Ultra League team to showcase. This is the video that was muted, so now we're going through the video again because I'm re-recording because this video the team is just insanely good, and I had like a crazy run, like 9 wins in 2 sets, even though I lost the lead like 8 out of 10, and in those 8 times we still won the game. The team is pretty like something I've played in the past. As you guys all know, I try my best always to feature the same teams or close to, so I can save my viewers like as much resources as possible. In the lead we have a Dragonite. It must be Shadow. If you don't have a Shadow Dragonite, you could just do Giratina, to be honest, but non-Shadow Dragonite is just bad. Moveset is typical: Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, superpowered. Feraligatr, you don't need the Shadow. You don't even need Feraligatr. You could actually run Greedent, and with Greedent you might even have a better result, especially against Cresselia and Jellicent teams. In the back we have Tapu Fini. I used to run Tapu Fini with the old Moon moveset, Moon Blast. Now with the Nature's Madness, it made Tapu Fini 10 times better. So without further ado, let's just go and watch these battles, and we will be able to judge from there. And first battle here. Okay, first battle here, insane, lose lead hard, like there is nothing we can do, so we just swap into Feraligatr, and this is one of the situations where Greedent is actually better, because you just tank the charge moves like much more comfortably. And now they swap to Mandibuzz. This is like a hard counter lead, and hard counter in this swap because Mandibuzz destroys Feraligatr. I know some people will be like, yo, just run Ice Beam. No, I'm not going to run Ice Beam. I'd rather run Crunch for the Cresselia, because as you can see, this team is pretty weak to Cresselia, especially if they have a Grass Knot. So I'm going to let that move go, and I'm going to go Dragonite and then farm them all the way down. I'm not going to throw. Sadly, they were still able to get to under charge move, which is kind of bad. I'm not going to shield this, to be honest, and I'm just going to swap out to my Tapu Fini. I made sure to do 1 Dragon Breath to swap out, which means the Charm will register on the Tapu Fini. So how do I do this? Well, I was hoping to not get debuffed, which we didn't. And now the opponent is kind of in a tough situation, like shield or still no shield, but still get farmed down. So we were able to get a shield. Hopefully they don't now, and they have a Swampert in the back. The moment I saw the Swampert, I was like, this is a GG. But then I remembered, wait, Nature's Madness debuff, so I can just commit to the Nature's Madness, throw it, get a defensive drop, and then just swap to Dragonite and get the 2 moves. So now my only win con now is that them throwing a Hydro Cannon and not having a Sludge, and we know shield, it's a Hydro Cannon, and that's an easy no call for us, as you guys just witnessed, and we win the game. See, hard counter lead, hard counter and the swap, we still win. Moving to the next one, another horrible lead. So what do? We just swap to Feraligatr. If you have a Greedent, you just swap to the Greedent. You could actually do Cresselia as well, and you safe swap to Cress, but I don't like safe swapping Cress because it just get extremely hard punished by the steals. I was trying to bluff the Ice Beam here, but everyone knows I don't run Ice Beam, so nobody respect my Ice Beam bluff, which is something understandable, but not like I do care. Look how low we were able to chip them, and if I was lucky a bit with like a better IV Feraligatr, I would have gotten to another move. So we blindly go to Tapu Fini. Why Tapu Fini? Because we soak all the energy and it's all resisted, so there is no way they can chip us. So what's the play now? I'm not going to shield here, and we're gonna farm them all the way down. Now, I think they have a Giratina in the back, so I'm going to try to catch a Shadow Sneak. I need to catch a Shadow Sneak. Catching a Shadow Sneak will save me some health. Like, look, that didn't do anything. They swap again into Tapu Fini. So now all I need to do is I need to throw this superpower and hope that they don't overfarm. If they do overfarm, I just lose. But they are already in farm down range for me. So what's the play here? No shield. Oh my, they actually undercharged. So I don't think I win. That undercharge kind of killed the game. Because now if they get to a move here, yeah, this is a GG. Now my last win con is double baiting. So bait number 1. They no shield, and yeah, we lose. Why double baiting, not just nuking? Because they are still like, they do still live the nuke. So it doesn't matter to nuke as much. Maybe I could have just nuked, but it doesn't matter. I still lose. Moving to the next battle, we have Dragonite into Poliwrath. Poliwrath wins the 0 and the 1. And Dragonite needs to always double shield, but if you shield early in the game, you lose the game. So what's the play? Well, this is the play. We're just going to go for the catch, and we get the catch here. So this put me in a much better situation. And now remember, Opponent has Poliwrath and they have Shadow Drapion, which mean most likely they will have a Skunk or a Muck in the back, which mean my Tapu will be Omega destroyed. So what's the play here? The play is I need to use my Tapu Fini against the Drapion, because if I save it and they turned out to have a Skunk tag, I'm just going to lose. So I'm gonna go Tapu here. Remember that. Like, look, we're gonna go Tapu. And we're not going to shield, because them having Shadow means 99% that they do have Aqua Tail and they don't have a Sludge. And my Dragonite is going to be saved for the Skunk in the back or the Muck, because that's one of the very popular teams. It could be Trevenant. In all cases, I need to get my Tapu Fini to be used. I need to use my Tapu Fini here. So I'm not going to throw anything, and see, they swapped into Poliwrath, so I made sure to throw in good timing. They do live the Surf, but I'm sure they faint with it. There was a lag there. They aren't supposed to get to this move, but what can we do? The game doesn't work. Niantic is busy. Fixing the game is not their priority, right? And it is the Skunk. So what's the play now? The play now is get to 2 moves and then throw them back to back. I threw there on bad timing, so this is kind of risky, but I think this should still do enough damage. And Dragonite takes out the Skunk and the Muck, and we still have 2 shields. Yeah, we still have 2 shields. Galvantula. Like, remember, whenever you use Galvantula, people always bait, especially when you are Shadow. So I'm like, look, just because I'm Shadow doesn't mean I'm gonna shield, but most likely I will shield. But average Galv IQ player, they always bait, they always lunge, so we're not going to shield that, right? Sorry if my opponent come in here and get roasted. I apologize. But hey, I saw an opportunity to roast my opponent. I will not let it go. So if you play against Galvantula, try not to shield. But don't always no shield, okay? I don't want the Galv players to be like, oh, all Dragonite, no shield. Let's just start nuking them. So now we no shielded, and we get to win the 1 shield now. And yeah, we do live this. So now we're going to shield. And this is how you win the lead. And now remember, like, most of the Galvantula, the only Galvantula team is Galv, Jelly, Mandibuzz. That's the only Galv usable team. So that's why I fought for the swap. I mean, I didn't technically, but I'm going to align the Gator against the Jelly, and this is why we have a Crunch, because look how much Crunch does. And now I can just wait, and they have a Mandibuzz, and we have a Tapu Fini to punish that, and that's a good game. And this is a 4-1 set. Incredible gameplay. Niantic reward my phenomenal gameplay with a Darkrai. That's not Darkrai. Okay, next game, Cresselia. The Cresselia destroyed Dragonite. Cresselia wins even if Cresselia is down a shield. So what's the play here? The play here is we catch a Moonblast. We need to catch. I mean, because Grass Knot does super effective to the back, and does Moonblast does super effective in the lead. So you need to catch a Moonblast. This is another reason if you have a Greedent, it's actually better. Because Greedent doesn't take super effective from Cress. In fact, Greedent destroys Cress. And opponent here having an Umbreon, so this is going to be awkward, but hopefully we should have a play. Umbreon is one of the hardest counters to Feraligatr, because like resisting fast moves makes it very awkward. But now we're going to go to the Tapu Fini, and I'm just going to farm them all the way down. Whenever you see a dark Pokemon, go to Tapu and farm them all the way down, because that's going to give you lots of fun. Opponent didn't let me farm them down, so I'm going to throw in good timing. And even if they no shield, I don't care. I was trying to catch there, but I'm like, no, let's just let them throw, and then we swap and farm them down with the Dragonite. So my Dragonite is loaded now. My Tapu Fini is loaded. It doesn't matter what they have. I'm just going to throw in good timing here. So throwing this will make sure that I get a shield. And now I was counting. I think they are at 6. They are 2 away, which means I should get to the next move before they get to their next move. So getting 2 shield here is going to help my Tapu Fini to sweep this later in the game. Opponent is trying to overfarm, but then they realized that the Dragon Breath is chunking that choppy Pokemon a lot. So what's the play now? I need to make sure that they don't catch a nuke, but technically I can just win this straight Surf. So I'm going to overfarm, get to 2 moves, and then throw them back to back. 1 move here to take out the Umbreon. Umbreon was one move away, and 1 move to KO the Giratina. That's how you win. See, Cresselia is like, I don't want to see comments be like, this team ought to lose to Cress. No, we just clapped the Cress. The next game, Registeel. Registeel destroys the entire team. That's what the haters would say. But does it? We will see. Registeel destroys Dragonite. You're gonna see me no shielding here, because people usually bait. So I'm like, I don't want people to bait me. They get the Zap Cannon debuff, which is insanely tough. And I'm just going to throw double superpower and then get out. To Gator. I have to shield this. I cannot not shield. I have to shield. And there is a Polyrat. This matchup is just insanely bad. Like, this is very, very tough. Like, this is probably the hardest counter game so far, because Poly destroys Gator, and there is not that much of a room for play, but that doesn't mean we should top left. No, there is always chance, okay? Gator, remember, Gator is an insanely good Pokemon. Even in a hard counter matchups like this, I'm still able to chip. Remember that we caught a move, and they are very low health, so I can just farm them all the way down. And I'm actually going to stay in, water gun them down, and wait until to KO the Reggie, because I do need to KO the Reggie. This is actually bad now, because they get to another move. Luckily, they didn't get the debuff, okay? I'm going to overfarm here as much as possible, and then throw the Surf. Surf should still KO, even though it debuffed. Now, what's in the bag? It's an Eye-Leap, so I need to catch, okay? So we're throwing the Moonblast. We're double debuffed, but this shouldn't stop the Mandy. And I swapped here, opponent's still not throwing, but I don't think they get to 2 moves, so that's how we win the game. See, guys? They had one of the hardest Pokemons against us. Oh my. Another bad lead. Who would have thought that this team is just going to get bad leads? So we're going to swap to Gator, and they punished us with a Muck. I was debating shielding, and I kind of like shielding here, to be honest. But I was like, maybe I should live this, which we ended up doing. We lived with 1 HP to throw another Hydro Cannon. So we are in a very, very good situation now, yes? We get hard counter in the lead, but we're going to overfarm as much as possible. So I'm going to stay in here, keep farming, and then swap out eventually. And we ended up catching a move, but I'm still going to shield. No, I'm not going to shield. And they ended up having a Flygon. So now I need to shield the Nuke and call a bait. If we shield a Nuke or call a bait, we are cooking, okay? We threw the move that debuffs. They are debuffed. I need to shield the Nuke. Okay, we didn't shield the Nuke. I need to call a bait. That wasn't a bait. Okay, can we win? Well, hopefully they don't get to a move. They did get to a move. It doesn't get worse than that, right? But that doesn't mean anything. Now look, I should have overfarmed slightly more, but I remember that the Dragon Breath will do 1 damage regardless. My Wing Con now is getting to 2 superpowers, and throw them back to back, and I should get it at the same time as they get to the Surf, and that's how you win the game. Yeah, see guys, triple hard counter, we don't care. Moving into the next one, we have a Dragonite into Tapu Fini. This matchup, again, is a very bad matchup. So we're just going to swap to Gator, and I don't recommend throwing. Keep farming and at least 1 Shadow Claw above 2 Hydro Cannons, and then you decide. So they get to the shield here, which is kind of annoying. Like, I would rather like they just swap, but they didn't swap, which means I have to stay in now and throw these Hydro Cannons. I threw a 2. I think I can do 1 more and throw the next Hydro Cannon. We throw them back to back, since like they were close to a move, and now they bring in Greedent. Greedent is actually a nightmare for Gator, but Gator just hits insanely hard, man. Like, look how much the Hydro Cannon will do. I'm like, let's just swap out, and then they'd have a Scourge. So I'm in a very good situation, but I'm going to go for a risky play, which is CMPing them, because I don't want to throw a move and then they will shield and overfarm a bit. I was like, no, let's CMP them. I think they undercharged a bit or something, or maybe that's how it's supposed to do. And now we're just going to go to Tapu Fini and farm them all the way down. We're not going to shield. We're going to shield here because Shadow Ball is supposed to be the move that does the most amount of damage at this point. So we're going to shield, farm them down, and then go straight Nature's Madness. And the Nature's Madness is going to debuff them, and now I think I can just water gun them all the way down. Yeah, okay, Body Slam. They need 2. They need 3 more. And okay, they just get to another one. And they faint with it. They discarded faint as well, and we win that game. Now moving into the last battle, I think. Dragonite into Polyrath. This is again a bad matchup for the Dragonite in the 0 and in the 1. Dragonite only wins the 2. So as I said, I don't like double. I need to double shield my Dragonite, but I don't like double shielding a Dragonite as well. So what's the case? Well, you always have to go for a catch. And we shielded. I'm going to try to catch the next one, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just play it differently this time. Double shield and swap out eventually. And you see that my opponent didn't shield there because they know that they only win the one. And I'm just going to swap now. And there is the Guzzlord. I have 2 hard answers for Guzzlord, and I was able to align it with the only thing that lose to it. I'm actually going to fake the Ice Beam. Hopefully they fell for it. If they fall for it, I think I'm in a good situation. Okay, they fell for it. And I'm going to throw Crunch here for a potential debuff, okay? Hydro Cannon does more, but at this point, I need one Fairy move, and it doesn't matter how healthy they are, it will one-shot, right? They Crunch here. I'm going to overfarm a bit, but then I realized, okay, let's just farm them down. They gave me a chance to get more energy, so why not? I'm going to overfarm a bit, and then throw the Nature's Madness, and I think they should have a fighter in the back. Oh, it's a Cress. So I'm just going to throw the Nature's Madness here, and then swap out to Dragonite and try to dish as much damage as possible. I think that was technically a CMP. Oh no, close to CMP. So what's the play now? Now it's going to be a race into whoever is going to KO the next one. I think I am in I'm in Grass Knot range. Holy 1 HP. Yo, look at that. That's why I need to use traded IV Pokemons. Okay, guys. So that you saw that game. We literally won with 1 HP. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And that was a 5-0 set. Okay, just to confirm, that was a 5-0 set. 9-1 with this team. 8 of them with hard counter. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This is the end of the video. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever you're having. Peace.